Well, hello, Generals, and welcome right back into this Tuesday, October 17th edition of the 5-Star News. It's your normal partners in crime here, Kieran Freed.
And I'm Isaac Delk, and we're happy to have you back after a great fall break.
Yes, we are, and we'll start you off with the announcement portion of the show we call What's Up Heritage.
Roll it, guys.
Thank you. Welcome back to What's Up Heritage. Now let's get on to your Tuesday announcements. Our Heritage football team will be at home this Friday against Northwest Whitfield for a game. Kickoff is at 7:30, so be sure to come out and support your Generals. Also, our 4th pep rally of the year will be happening this Friday at 2:45 after 4th block in the main gym, so be ready to show off your school spirit. Oh yeah, and Spooky Movie Night is coming soon. It'll be happening on October 26th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Outdoor Greenhouse, which will include snacks, drinks, activities, and more, so come out if you can. Now, let's get on to the weather with our weatherman, Brody Morrison.
Thanks, Kieran. And now, let's get on to the weather. For Tuesday, we'll have mostly sunny skies with a high of 67 and a low of 40. For Wednesday, we'll have mostly sunny skies with a high of 72 and a low of 47. And for Thursday, we'll have mostly cloudy skies with a high of 71 and a low of 54. Now, let's get back to our anchors for more news.
Great job as always, Brody. And you too, Kieran. And on to the news now. We found out just before fall break started that several HHS students were named to the Catoosa County Superintendent's Advisory List.
Well, that sounds like a pretty prestigious list, Isaac. What does that mean?
Yeah, it's actually a pretty big deal. Let's find out the real lowdown by getting over to 5-Star News reporters Gabe Guffey, Parker Scott, and Dave Butler for more details.
Several of our students have been selected to the Catoosa County Superintendent's Advisory Committee. These students will meet periodically with the superintendent and provide feedback, provide input into how the county is run.
The deadline, I believe, was last Friday, and yesterday night, I believe, just doing my business, doing my thing. Kind of honestly completely forgot I had applied. I was just kind of waiting on an email. I get a message from Bryce Davidson, who recently graduated. He's like, hey, congratulations on the superintendent thing. And I'm like, oh, that happened 2 weeks ago because I'm on the statewide.
So I applied for the Superintendent Student Advisory Council. It was a pretty good feeling to know I got selected. The application process was really pretty simple. It was just you filled out your email and stuff like that, and you had to have 3 letters of recommendation. All 3 teachers I got were super great.
But I'm really excited for it. There's some really cool people on the council. I believe Campbell Moore is on there and Natalie Butler.
When I did get accepted, it felt amazing. I found out from my dad because they didn't seem to send me an email or anything like that. It was just announced on Twitter. Who was accepted. It was a really awesome feeling. I'm very excited about it.
I feel like we're all going to be able to bring a lot to the county with our ideas and hopefully help improve everyone's education and how, everything's going on.
The main purpose of it all is really just for the superintendent to get a student kind of voice, because while he's here, if he's interviewing a class, obviously that teacher's going to be on their best behavior. And so it gets a student eye into what's working, what's not here at the school.
So congratulations to Natalie Butler, Stephanie Corbett, Will Heastand, Campbell Moore, Nate Trobaugh, and Natalie Ferry. They'll all be part of this Superintendent's Advisory Council. They all applied and were accepted. So congratulations to these students, and make sure that Catoosa County knows what Heritage students are thinking when you guys meet with the superintendent.
Congrats to all the students that made the list, and good luck with your work with Superintendent Nix.
Moving on now, but looking into the rear view window again for this next story, Kieran. And let me ask you, how was your fall break?
Pretty good. Got some much-needed rest. You?
Pretty productive for me. Now just counting down the days before Thanksgiving break.
I hear ya. But let's find out how some of our HHS students and staff spent their breaks.
All right, who am I here with today? Nate Johnson. Well, Nate, what is a fall break activity you did that you can, look back on the future, is pretty fun?
Went to a haunted house of Rayleigh. Probably the most memorable experience of my life. Probably the most fun I've ever had in my life, actually.
And which haunted house did you go to?
The Haunted Depot, so.
Man, I went myself, and that was not scary, my guy. So, how do you enjoy it?
I rated it a 4 out of 10.
Respectable. All right, who am I here with today?
Crew Norman.
All right, crew. What's a fall break activity that you did that was pretty fun and you can look back on?
I sat in my room. I built 2 builds on 2K, 75 win percentage, 36 3-point. Buddy, I'm looking good.
Hey, well, I don't know a lot about 2K, but that does sound pretty good. All right, who am I here with today?
B Quizzle.
B Quizzle, what is a fun activity that you did over fall break that is quite memorable and you can look back on?
Well, I went to Gatlinburg with my family. It was for my mom's birthday. We had fun. We went shopping. We went on like the sky lift or whatever, yeah. And we looked at stuff, yeah.
Sounds quite fun.
All right, on Monday, I cured cancer in fish. On Tuesday, took a trip to Louisiana where I learned how to make jambalaya. How's it take?
Pretty good.
So this is the Viking Cornhusker. She's out of here. On Wednesday, I invented the question mark. On Thursday, see the question mark? On Wednesday, I invented the question mark face. Exactly. Thursday and Friday, I slept, and then Saturday, Sunday, I don't recall.
So during fall break, I didn't do too much near the beginning of it. I mean, I did a little bit of yard work at my house and played some games with friends. But near the end of it, that's when I really started to get into doing stuff. Like one day, me and my friends, we played soccer for a few hours, and then the next day, we played volleyball for like 6 hours straight. That was a day.
I went to work at Lake Winnemucca as a scare actor. I'm a skating clown. It was great. I made a kid cry. I made fun of a woman in a wheelchair because we were both on wheels. She thought it was hilarious. It's okay. And there was a skunk in the Brainatorium. So that was hilarious.
Sounds like everyone enjoyed their time away.
Sure does. And our band enjoyed another big win at their last competition last weekend as well.
Yep, Mr. Wynn's Legion of Generals traveled down to Rockmart, Georgia to compete in the Area Rocket Mart Yellow Jacket Classic.
This was their 3rd competition and the 3rd time our guys and gals have brought home the Grand Champions Award. Here's 5-star news reporter Nate Trobaugh with the recap.
Going undefeated in band is something that is very hard to do. We went 3-0 in all of our competitions, and is something that is very hard to do. Last time we went undefeated was 2012.
So this year we won all 3 competitions, and it's been the first time for many years, definitely my first time ever. And I think it's really great, and hopefully we can do it again next year.
Yeah, I felt amazing hearing our name win for the 3rd competition in a row. We haven't had a perfect season like this since back in 2012, over 10 years ago. And when we heard Drums got 2nd, I wasn't mad, but yeah, we've never beaten George Walton, but we did last Saturday.
Congrats to the band on yet another huge win over the break.
And speaking of breaks, Isaac, let's take one now, but stick around for sports after the commercial.
Yep, we'll recap a busy fall break and tell you about 2 of our girls' teams that captured their region titles and are heading on to the state tournament.
Those stories and more next in sports.
I better go check the lost and found.
Welcome into sports, everyone. Evan and Bryce right here for you with 3 action-packed sports stories ready to go.
And the first one is all about the pigskin, Evan.
Sure is. Our football team traveled down to Cedartown, Georgia, just prior to fall break to tangle with the Bulldogs. Skylar?
How'd the game turn out? Well, our Generals took one on the chin, but hope still remains for a region title. Here's my partner Evan and Charlie in the cut with the game recap.
Unfortunately, the game didn't go like we wanted it to. If I recall correctly, I think the score was like 47-35 or something like that. We played really hard. I thought both sides of the ball and special teams had some big plays on both sides. Unfortunately, they had a few more swings in the tank than we did, and were able to come out victorious. Had some big plays out of some individuals. Had some huge efforts, and I thought that we matched the physicality. How hard did they hit and how hard they play of Cedartown everywhere on the field. Unfortunately, they were just a little bit better that night, and they were able to come out with a victory.
Our offense did pretty good. I thought Cody made a couple plays. He did really well. Max did really well. We just got to, get a little bit better mentally. We had a lot of mistakes there. Cost us about 45 yards one time. But, it's kind of tough when things get rough like that. So we just got to get back this week against Northwest and do a lot better, fix those mistakes.
I know defensively, too, just really close to coming away with some even bigger stops and bigger situations. So we're making progress as a team and really looking forward to the Northwest game this week.
Definitely a tough loss, but we'll be back on the field this Friday looking to knock off Northwest Whitfield in another huge game. Skylar?
To volleyball now, and our girls had a very eventful fall break, Evan.
They sure did. Their region tourney always falls over the break, and our girls passed this test with flying colors, finishing their region schedule and tournament undefeated. Skylar?
Yep, they didn't drop a single match. That's pretty incredible, Evan.
5-star sports reporter Owen Bryant spent some time with Coach Cooper and a few of his players yesterday to find out a little about their region championship and what's coming up later today in the state tournament.
Over fall break, we had our region tournament. On Thursday, we hosted Northwest in the first round, and we won that game, so that put us into the semifinals on Saturday. The rest of the region tournament was played out at Southeast, so we had to wait to see who won between Cedartown and Southeast, and it was Cedartown. So we played them in the semifinals, and we beat them and went to the finals, and we beat Central 3-0 in the finals to win the region tournament. We played really well on Saturday. We had a couple times where we would let teams maybe get a little bit of a lead early on, but then we were able to fight back, and most of the time we pretty much had control over the sets that we were playing. We've had a goal of winning region tournament and then advancing into state. So today when we play our first round of state game, I think it's really just going to give us an opportunity to make sure we're doing the little things that we've been focusing on, mostly in service eve and defense, and being able to run our transition offense. I think if we can get the opportunity to work on those things in this first round game, hopefully we can win and carry that momentum into the second round.
Congrats, ladies, and good luck tonight against Southwest DeKalb.
To softball now, and Coach Crawford's squad won 2 games over fall break as well, Skylar.
They sure did, but while those wins were over region opponents, our Generals had already wrapped up the region title before they hit the field last week, Evan.
So those games were just mere tune-ups for what's taking place here tomorrow right here at the Taj. Skylar?
Sure was, and that right here is the super region of the state tournament, and we talked to Coach Crawford and some other girls about it yesterday.
Yeah, we got 2 more region wins last week. Tuesday over Cedartown, 5-4, and then Thursday over Northwest, 3-1. It was just a good way to end the region, the season, the regular season, and get 2 region wins, and then get ready for playoffs. So Addie Edwards came in Cedartown and shut them down, helped us get a win there, and then we had good situational hitting on Thursday. Timely hitting against Northwest. Bailey Hollis pitched a great 5 innings, held them to 1 run, and then Briley Pritchett was able to come in and drive in 2 runs there and help us get the win 3-1.
I'm really excited that we get to host this year. We've worked really hard this season, and I'm just glad we get to stay here instead of having to travel and stuff.
So going into Super Regionals, which is we're going to get 4 teams, including us, come to Heritage. And so what that means is we are divided up into different seeds. So since we won region, we are the first seed, so we will be playing the number 4 seed. And so our game plan for tomorrow is really hit the ball. Our pitchers are going to keep pitching great like they have been. We played defense and hit the ball. I don't see why we don't win that one. And so if we make it out of Super Regionals, only the top 8 teams that have made it out of Super Regionals will go to Columbus. So preparing for that, we're going to keep the same mindset. We just got to continue to hit and field and catch and throw and all the things that we know how to do. And if we do that, we're in good shape.
Wow. Congrats to our volleyball and softball teams, and good luck to both in their state tourney runs.
Yep, but now it's time to get some entertainment, and our 5-star no-star crew has had a week or 2 off, but now they're back today, and today's competition has a lot to do with slinging bags.
Cornhole?
Yep, cornhole. Who grabbed the 5-star honor? Here's entertainment reporters Gage Brewer, Talon Pickett, alongside with Bree Wilson and Sarah Sailors with a report.
It's an interesting way to say cornhole.
Hey y'all, I'm Brianna Wilson.
And I'm Sarah Sailors.
And this week for the 5-star no star, we're doing
cornhole. So let's go check our contestants out. So my co-host,
Brianna Wilson, is playing.
Lillian Anderson.
Talon Pickett.
Gage Brewer.
and we're going to be testing who the 5-star is or the no-star for cornhole. Let's see our contestants compete. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, ready?
Ooh! All right, who won that round?
We won that.
Well, you still got in the bag left. Go ahead.
Oh.
Okay, we won that round.
You overlapped. What is that called?
What are you
Because we're going to 5. And, yeah.
We ain't playing, Buzz.
Dang.
So you better get some points later. Are y'all really letting Talon do me? Hold on. Don't throw the last bags yet. Let me get down there.
And that's the end of our cornhole competition. How do y'all think y'all did?
I thought me and Lily did really good. We just didn't pull out the win.
What about you, Lily?
I thought we did good. I could have done a little better, but it's okay.
What about y'all?
Bro, we the best. We trialing up for the cornhole challenge. You already know.
I already know we did the best.
They busted the bags. They shouldn't have won, but they won.
She literally said to 5, and I said to 21, so I don't want to hear it.
All right, y'all, enough with the arguing. This got a little heated, y'all, but I think our winners here today are Talon and Gage. I'm sorry, y'all. But that's our 5-star, and that's it for the 5-star, no-star this week, y'all. We'll catch y'all next week. Peace out.
Nice. And with that, we'll wrap up this Tuesday edition of the 5-Star News.
We'll be back on Friday with a brand new report. But until then, have a great week and stay classy, Heritage.